Hello, this is Stefan with Warm Inside. Welcome. So, a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about and things that I've said are as I learn as I go. And one of the things that I said early on was I don't worry too much about the size or scale of my model. And, as if some of you watched, you saw in the tentacle one, that was probably not the best idea. I think that some of that is still true. I don't care about the overall scale, but I do care about overall, like, relative size, right? So let's take a look here at what we're talking about. Right now, this is a default blender. Do I have my keys? I got my key map on, so you can see in the bottom left here, you can see what I'm typing, you can hide things. So right now, file, new, sculpting. This new sculpture is in meters. And we can see that by going here to our units, and it's in meters. So we're going to change this to millimeters, which doesn't actually change the actual unit length. So we come in here and put 0.001, enter. So now we're in millimeter scale here. If we take a look at our view, we'll see that this sphere is 2.57 millimeters. If we come in here and put in our grid, those are still really large. So if we come into our overlay, we can also change the scale to millimeters. Again, 0.001. I like my statistics, so I'm going to put that in there. Now we have a ball that is 2.57 millimeters. We have a grid in the background. That's a little bit of that. Gives you some scale. So let's take this to 1, 1, and 1. Now we see the scale is 1 millimeter. I feel like something's wrong here. Let's see. Let's just go back to object mode. Get kind of an idea here. So if we measure from there to there, 1 millimeter. So now our sphere is 1 millimeter, and we can use that. So what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to change one other thing. I was watching another video earlier today, and something it reminded me of is I would like to have a little bit thicker line width and my undos. Let's see, where is that? I think that's under system, right? So the number of undos I can do, and this isn't a really beefy machine, so I think I can crank it up. Let's see, 256 is as highest I can go. Save preferences, cool. And then I'm going to file, defaults, save as a startup file. Now, what that does is if I exit Blender here, now when I open Blender again and go into my sculpt mode, file, new, sculpting, you'll see that I am at millimeters, the scale's right, I have my view here, have my stats still going on, everything like that. So, cool. That is setting up stats. Now I'm going to build on that a little bit and actually do something with this today and kind of get an idea of a new toy, a new adult toy that we've been playing with. So one of the things that I've been reading about is people talking about toys that hide in plain sight. So let's add a cylinder. I like 180. I don't think it matters, but that I think that, again, this isn't, I'm not worried about overall scale. I'm worried about relative scale, right? So it's relatively 1 meter wide. So, if I was thinking about building that, I always go into my trusty calculator here, also known as a browser. I know that's a joke. And so if I figure I want a 6-inch toy, I convert it to millimeters, right? So 152 millimeters is kind of where I would be looking at building that. I don't have to design at 152 millimeters because that's going to be huge, but what I can do is I could design at something like 10% of that. So if I took this to 15, and then let's say we want want something in the scale of, let's see, what's a good scale? Something in the 5.5 inches. 5.5 inch. Yeah, let's do 5-inch round. Whoops. 5-inch to millimeters. And so 127, so we take this by 12. And feel like something went wrong there. But let's see. 127. Yeah, I don't like that. What am I doing? So we got 5-inch. Oh, we want, that's the radius. That's not what we want. That's what I'm like, something's wrong here. Radius would be 5 inches around, so what is that divided by pi? 127. Is that right? So 40. Nope. What did I get wrong? Oh no. Now we get to see me do horrible, horrible math. Okay. Circumference formula. 2 times pi r radius. So circumference, we want a, if we know that we want a circumference of 5 inches, so we have 2 times 3.16 equals, we want, well, let's just shoot. Radius of a 5-inch circle. The diameter oh my goodness. Let's see, radius is 2.5 circumference, so we want 5 inches. So the radius is 0.79. Let's do millimeters. Radius is 20. Still don't think that's going to work out right, but oh, so we know 2. There we go. Because we want 1/10 scale. Got it. Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking at. Sorry, it took me a little bit to get there. Awesome. So now we good there. Good to go. Go into sculpt mode. And let me just, so what I'm thinking here is kind of a tiki torch, or tiki, not tiki torch, kind of like a tiki design. I apologize if this offends anybody. It's not meant to be cultural appropriation. It's meant to be a toy for somebody who doesn't have the ability to hide something from whoever they need to hide it from. Oh yeah, I need to remesh this really quick because I know that the geometry will be not good. Okay, so now we've got the geometry down there, faces and vertices, we got a lot. So somebody who basically, for one reason or another, or maybe they just want, needs to be able to put a toy where they can, it doesn't look like a toy. How about that? So then we'll go over here, get symmetry. I think X is where I want to start, right? Yeah, okay. So, just start with something like, oops, way too big. Again, remember our scale is tiny here because we're playing in millimeters, so that's not a big deal. So something like that, as far as that would be to me kind of like an eyebrow look. And we're just roughing this in, so let's see here. Pull this down a little bit more, and we can come in and build an eye. come in here, we can build kind of a nose design. Taking that out. Put in a mouth design. Happy, happy, happy. We like happy. We come in here, put in like maybe some, what would this be, shoulders or clothing design kind of in there. We're not trying to push this out too far because if we do, it will not look good. We're just kind of getting some etched in designs ideas. Again, number pad on the side. We can come in here, maybe put in a design that kind of makes it look like it's divided there. And then design like we're giving it, I don't know, some kind of legs patterns or something like that. And come in here. We're just trying to give it some texture, give it some feel, make it look like something that is interesting, right? Like that. And we can rotate this around. Let's see. Right there. Come in. What was I doing here? I could do... I don't like that. Let's see, like that. Remember, this isn't going to be the greatest toy for somebody. It's not like going to be, oh gosh, that's the toy that I really wish I could have, maybe. I mean, maybe it is, I don't know. But what we're trying to do, again, is enable people to have either useful art or things that can be hidden in plain sight if for some reason they have some kind of situation that requires that. And we kind of just give them the ability to match. Okay, cool. Not to match, I'm sorry, the ability to have options, right? So let's bring in our Y. I'm going to come in here. Let's grab tool. One of the things that we need is, oh, that does not look good. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just, no, I know I need to do that. I think what I need is a larger radius. Try. Nope, that's not doing it. Nope. Smaller radius. Trying to give it a little bit of a, there we go, shape at the top. Trying not to go too phallic here, right? I mean, if we want something that hides in plain sight, really phallic is not going to work really well. So we're trying to give it a design feel, artistic nature, right? Come in here, smooth this around. We're going to fix that a little bit. We'll come in and give it some more definition in there because, again, we don't want, absolutely not a phallic feel. That did not work. Something a little more blocky here. Let's see. Actually, let me see. trying to think what I can do here to not make it feel phallic in its design. I don't like the way this looks either. I'm probably gonna clean that up. See what this. Ooh, way too much strength. Let's cut the strength back. We're gonna smooth all this out. Again, like just making it feel pleasant, not overly phallic, not overly something that, you know, your brother or sister would pick up, or whoever lives in your house and go, oh, what the hell's this? Why do you have a sex toy sitting on your shelf? Right? That's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get this to feel like something that you would have sitting around that is interesting. Something you know, I'm going to say this is weird, but something your family member could pick up and start looking at and go, oh wow, that's very interesting. It's unique. It's a piece of art that they don't realize what's going on. Not that you want your family member picking them up. I'm just saying the ability to hide in plain sight is what I'm looking for. So I'm building up kind of a basic shape. I realize it looks very phallic right now, but I think by the time we get done, I will be able to remove some of that. Ooh, let's not do that. Actually, that's probably fine. We'll be fine. Clean that out. I don't like that. I'm actually going to just add some design in there. Random, well, semi-random kind of pattern stuff. Too thick. Alright, like that. And then I'm going to come in here, bring this down to a 20. Nice thing about silicone is you can get some amazing details. So if you add things like these, if you add things like this little detail here, silicone will hold it really well. I mean, you can do fingerprints, so this is not going to be a problem at all. Scrape this in, a little bit of depth in there. Yeah, a little more strength. Try and give a little bit of a defined edge along here, maybe. Good. Let's see here what we can do. If we come back to our clay strips, maybe we can take this and bring it along there. There you go. Look at that. I think that does a great job of removing a phallic feel. Now we'll see. And again, like it is what it is. It's not like it's never going to look like anything phallic at all. But the point is, can we make it questionable enough, right? Like, oh, well, if it's not perfectly clear, yeah, sure, I guess it could be a whatever you want to say, you know, some kind of adult toy, but it also very well could be something different, right? Boy, I really wish I had more definition there. I'm trying to figure out how to get this definition without totally destroying everything in the design. Feel like a A Tiki design should be more hard edges, but maybe that's just me. You don't want really deep crest in there, but we can get some. Okay. Maybe I over smoothed that. Let's see here what we can do. Feel like we lost some of the design here. Together. Bring those close, but not actually together. Coming down here. Again, I don't want together. Ooh. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay. Remesh this again. Do not like that. I'm just looking at the design. It's like, yeah, that's kind of funky looking. It is not at all what I would think of if I was thinking of some kind of adult toy or something like that. Yeah, okay, that's kind of weird, but sure, whatever. Coming in here, polishing that up a little bit. I'm gonna come in here and clean, see what I can do to clean some things up too here in just a little bit, but right now I'm just kind of polishing things, trying to get them to where they make me happy, because I am the first judge of the product. Luckily I'm not the last judge. I have had many designs that I thought were really cool. In fact, I'm reworking what's known as the Yes right now based on a lot of consumer feedback. The Yes version 2.0 is in the final process. I'm actually probably going to wind up with two of them because me and one of the people that I am using as a consultant have very different opinions. She's probably right. She's female, so she probably knows better what works for the female form. So we'll work on that, but also I just really like the design that I came up with, and that doesn't mean that I'm right. It means that I am going to prototype both of them and see where it goes. Okay, so I've got all that. Come along here and increase some of this. Let's do a 10 maybe. A decent amount of strength. Crease the eyes there. Crease the mouth. Actually, that's not even a mount, that was just designed. I don't even know what that is anymore. Come along here, kind of give that some depth. And again, we're going to smooth this out because we have to. Well, we don't have to, because I like to. But right now, I'm just trying to see what I can do to give it a little bit more. A little more of my comfort feeling. Cool. Cool. Okay. Okay, so there we now have an object that looks semi-phallic, but you can put it on there. We have 31,000 faces. Not horrible. It is 17.9 millimeters tall, which is a little bit taller than I'd like. So I'm going to try and bring this. Let's see what happens if I do this. 150. Ooh, no. No. What did I do wrong? No. Control Z, Control Z. Bring me back. Ooh, I cannot undo that dimension. Oh man, what was this? Was this 17.5? Yeah, something like that. Oh no, that's not right. Huh. Actually, here we go. 1.0. Does that bring it? Control Z, bring my face. There we go. Okay, we're back there. Okay, so what did I want to do? I want to bring it shorter. So 15 is what I was looking at. 15. Cool. 0.38 scale. It's good. It's got an interesting little pattern on the back. Come back in here. Sculpt these. So the question that I'm asking myself as I go along this whole design, everything I do, is if I saw this sitting on a shelf, would I know definitively that it is a adult toy? Oh, that got sloppy. And as long as the answer is no, we're winning. If the answer is yes, I'm pretty sure I would know that that's an adult toy, we are failing. And failing's not the end of the world, but it is not what I like to do. So we'll come along here and just clean those, make design changes, and get everything where I want.
Did you go shorter? Or shorter?
Okay. Good deal there. Come along here. Do the same thing. want deep grooves because deep grooves give areas for bacteria and stuff to get stuck in. So we're just kind of giving it some small details, and again, once we smooth it out, some of that will disappear anyways. I realize the lines aren't really clean, but I'm actually not too worried about that because I feel like it maybe will help give it that feeling of a handcrafted item, which I think is useful in the design that I'm going for. Actually making some choices here not to cut certain items, not cut certain directions, not to trim them in and get it where we can go. Cool. I think that that's all good. Okay. Good deal. Bring in a little bit more smoothing here. Really light. See if I can not mess everything up horribly. Maybe I'll leave some of that feeling of a hand, kind of hand carved. Oh, that looks horrible down in there, but without smoothing it out, I don't know what I can do to clean it up if I don't want to smooth it out completely. So cool. I'm gonna just ride that out a little bit, let it go. Let's see, low strength, large radius. What will that do? Okay. Cool. One other thing I want to try, and I'm not sure how this will work, but let's see what we can do. If we grab this, what can we do here? Change that shape just a little bit there. Can't really see it, but I'm trying to give it a little bit more. As it goes down, it gets a little bit thicker kind of design. Might make it a little too thick, but we'll see. Ooh, that's not at all what I want to do. Nope. Nope. That is not working there. That is close. That right there. Okay. That didn't make much of a difference, but it is what it is. So let's see here. We are now going to go into, actually I'm going to remesh this bad boy one more time. I'm going to bump up the mesh. See how bad that, ooh, that's not at all what I need to do. I got that backwards. Wait, didn't I have 0.9? There we That's better. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Bring this into object mode. Going to add a mesh of a cylinder. We're going to bring that down to 0.5 millimeters, really small. We're going to bring a radius of 3, maybe 0.75. Okay, there's that. I'm going to take this, move it down to here. Okay. And I'm going to try one more thing here. Let's see here if I bring this down to 15. Ooh, get rid of that. Symmetry is the wrong symmetry. Back to X. No, don't like that. Okay, I was just trying some things. Okay, so now we have this object. We're going to object. Let's see, join these. Okay, now we have a single object there. One of the things I was looking at is if we were to render this, what could we get? I'm not very good with camera yet, but I know you can do things like take this whole camera, move it all the way back here, see what my view is. Apparently the view is off. So if we see view, cameras, active camera, kind of get a feeling as to what we're looking at with the camera. Again, not there yet, so something else I need to work on. But view, local view. There we go. Let's go there. Okay, so let's file. Save as. Save as. WI. No, that's just how it is. Just out of curiosity, how big is that? It's a tiny file. Okay, file, export, standard STL. Bring it here. Oh no, where did I throw it? desktop. I can find that. Although it's, I don't think I have warm in here. Oh, yep, there it is. Demodified today. Tiki. Open with. Produce a slicer. And again, we have this at the 1/10 of scale. So if I was to bump that up to 1000, you can see that we now have a 6-inch object that is 2.3 inches wide at the widest spot and 2.3 inches wide, and that's because of the base, right? If we were to put this on a shelf, I'm going to, let me take that at draft quality. Slice it now. What are we talking? 3 hours? Export to G code. Save it there. See what we got here. I know I should set up Octopi on my Prusa. I have it set up on my personal account, but the one that I do for this one, that I use for this account, it's documents, of course. Why would it be anywhere else? I actually have a account that I use just for this. And actually, I should print one of these at 50% too. Do that, because I don't really actually need the whole thing. So if we were to take it at 500, slice now, much faster. Sculpture, 3-inch. Upload, 3-inch. There's a version of the Yes 2 that I'm working on. That's the flat version. There's also where's the Yes 2.0? There we go. Can't see it. Oh well. I thought it would load it up there. I don't want to print it right now, so I'm not going to do that. By upload date, did it not upload my? That's not what I wanted to see. Oh, there we go. There's the Yes.2.0. You can see it's kind of got a curve on it. But for some reason I'm not seeing what I just intended to upload, so let's go try and upload that again. Already exist. I am blind then. There it is, right there. I just didn't go up high enough. Oh, do we not have that? Oh, we don't have images set up. I need to fix my Blender. Or sorry, my Prusa slicer. Because normally we can set up images inside there. Can't remember where the heck it is, but G-code thumbnails, yeah. So if we change that, G-code thumbnails, we can get these nice previews when we're looking at things. Okay, so I'm going to print that out. We've got this Tiki torch again. Right now I'm printing it at 500%. And again, that was just to save design, to save CPU, to keep the model really small. There was no reason to make it really huge when I'm working in here. The joy of computers and the benefits of all that is that I can design at a 10% scale and know pretty much exactly where I'm getting. I mean, if I pay a lot of attention, I can actually probably get it absolutely exact. I don't. I didn't pay as good of attention as I could. Ooh, that's going to be a bummer right there. And one of the nice things, if you can see these layer lines, when you print this at a higher resolution, so I usually print my final prints at something like this, of 10, you can see that the number of rings at the top is different, and so that's actually easier to clean up, because this right here is one of the most annoying parts of cleaning things up, of getting things all done. Geez, I didn't realize that actually looks pretty phallic, totally. But again, if that's just sitting on your shelf like that, and especially if I do it in a some kind of like, I don't know, gold, bronze, I think that would be freaking amazing, right? I mean, you take that into a bronze look, and you wind up. Oops, it's not what I wanted to measure. So yeah, it's 4.5 millimeters, so 45 millimeters across. And what I'm thinking is a 10x scale. So yeah. So again, that is a hidden in plain sight toy. Also touched a little bit on setting up measurements and those kind of things, getting scales, and looking at that. I hope you enjoyed it. I will add, I'm going to obviously print this up. I'm going to cast it, or make a mold and then cast it, and you will see that all in this one video. So thank you for your time, and have a wonderful day, and hope I taught you something and made you feel a little bit more like you can do it yourself.